Yo, what's up YouTube? It's Mr.BuyTheDip back here with another video. Let's talk about me investing a little bit over $250 into Cash App in a stock called AMD, getting a nice return of 23% and getting out. Okay, the stock name is AMD. I will talk a lot about being on Yahoo Finance. Okay, definitely use this. I want y'all to realize that if you don't have these extra apps, you cannot take your game to the next level. Okay, a nice way to start is Cash App. Cash App is always a very nice beginner-friendly app to start. As y'all can see, yearly performance of my portfolio, 5.83% up. I am positive. If you click on details, right, in my investments. If you go to all-time totals, right above there, you're going to see sales. So realized gain, the amount of money I've made is 160, and I'm still still learning. It's been a little bit over a year. I have one investment that I'm holding till 2026 or 2027, just to show you guys how to work around ETFs like the S&P 500. Okay, the talk of the show today is going to be AMD, though. I want y'all to realize that AMD has more time to go up. It has more time to run. Okay, I bought this stock again recently and I swing traded it. If y'all can see, I put $100 right here at 178. Then I bought $40 again. Okay, then I just sold right here for 142. What am I doing here? Am I chasing the price? Am I chasing profit? No, I'm just simply swing trading a stock after a down day. And I want y'all to see how disciplined you have to be in order to do that. I had the big run and I got the big chunk of my money July 22nd, okay? $356, okay? I had about $278 invested and I got like $68 back, okay? 23% gain, and I made over total of 19 trades, okay? So what am I saying when I'm making this video? I'm trying to say you can make money the easiest way by just making the money work for you. When we talk about AMD, I stayed disciplined. I ignored short-term noise and focused on target gains. What does that mean? When you're a beginner investor and you're looking at a lot of videos to invest, right, and you're just trying to figure out what to invest in, put your hands on something, do a lot of research. Let's say you look up videos about top 5 companies to invest in, NVIDIA, AMD, you have Taiwan Semiconductor, you get a lot of blue chip AI stocks, big company, tech company stocks thrown at you, okay? So be very careful buying into it. So I knew what I was getting myself into. This is an aggressive stock, okay? When I bought into it, we were actually down 8% on the yearly chart and all types of crazy stuff. People were saying this is going to go as low as $60 a share. They were calling this the automated money destroyer, right? I heard a lot of people saying, oh, this is an automated money destroyer. AMD is a money destroyer. 3 months later, okay, this is around the time where people are saying this stuff. All I did was I stayed patient. I realized that when I talk about a company after NVIDIA coming out with the good AI chips, coming out with good gaming graphics and producing chips and producing more and more quality third-party products to different companies like Microsoft, right? Because Xbox, if y'all didn't know, AMD has a partnership with Microsoft for Xbox. So this didn't come around to like about right here, okay? The partnership didn't come around to like right here. But around this time is where you take the risk of entering a stock. And I realized their market cap is $279 billion. So compare that to NVIDIA's market cap of what, 4 trillion, 5 trillion, right? That is a key principle to realize. And then you look at the PE ratio and say, PE ratio is kind of high, but I'm looking long term. I want to have a long term swing on this, probably like 8 months to a year, 6 months to 5 months. And that's exactly what I did. I had this play out. Not for like a couple days, because if it was for a couple days, I would have panicked and sold right here. That's not even a good trade, right? I buy a high. That's basically buying high, selling low. Okay, so I bought right here. The stock kept going down, and then these are the days you have to just thug it out, right? I wish I would have bought more aggressively around April, okay? Because there was no bad news about the company. There was no bad news about the business at all. Here, if I would have threw $60, $200, $300, we would have been up big time. Okay, but then I threw one more final buy right here, which was very, very nice. Again, I threw it at $112 and I took it all the way up to $173. and I sold that single position around actually 155, and then I day traded or swing traded around here. So the key principle of this is to set a clear sell goal. So where are you selling at, instead of just hoping just a little more? Like when I was up 15%, y'all, I was like, I want a little bit more. I want a little bit more. And then I was like, I got to realize, what am I competing with? Like, why do I keep saying a little bit more? You have to stay disciplined. You have to realize you want to beat the market. Now, what does this mean? So the average return of the S&P 500 is about 7 to 8%. What is the S&P 500? It's an ETF, okay? So the average return of this is about 7 to 10%. This is more of a safer investment. So in my opinion, if I was beating this investment, okay, of 7 to 8%, right? If I'm beating that range, which is known as the average return of the stock market, and if I'm beating that with one stock like AMD, that is a good sell. As long as you're not long-term on the stock. If I'm long-term on AMD, I'm still going to hold right now, but I wasn't long-term. I wanted to get a quick flip, and while I do that, I'm going to hold my ETF on the side. So as you got to realize what kind of investment you're making. So I'm not just saying, oh, forget the long terms. No, that is something you do not want to do. You want to have secure money parked somewhere working for you at all times. Believe me when I say this, if your money is sitting in a savings account, is doing nothing. It may look nice when you adding another 800, 900 monthly into that savings account, right? But that money is not working for you. My money right here is working for me. Even though it's $279, right? While I'm at work or when I'm sleeping, right? 9:30 to 4 p.m. Monday through Friday, your money is doing the work for you. That's why it's important to have that in a safer investment. Now, you can also swing trade a safer individual stock like Walmart, for example. $150. I put down like 150 right here, okay? I want y'all to look at this. $94 a share. I put down 150. We went up to 98. $156, made $6 right there. Now, what am I trying to practice right here? I'm practicing how to stay disciplined and know my profit taking zones. I made this within 2 weeks. I want y'all to look at this. Again, I made this from June 12 to June 24. Now, when I was working with AMD, my profit taking zone or my time frame was not 2 weeks. It was at least 6 to 7 months because I knew what I was getting myself into. There is no support level here. If you look at September 9th or September 6th around this is called a support level. It's called the floor where the stock is kind of hitting from and bouncing right back up from. We broke that support level. This is called being sunk down to the ocean. The stock was being sunk down to the ocean, and I bought it and I took that risk. And I was like, okay, I'm going to ride this wave and I'm just going to hold it out. And each and every single day, I was going to be on Yahoo Finance. I was going to look at their earnings. I was going to learn a little bit more about the company each day while I'm investing more and more money. And guess what that did for me? That built my confidence. Little by little, that built my confidence. When I'm looking at my loss, I'm like, okay, I'm just going to see where are the support zones, okay? How much are they up past month? What are other analysts ratings rating the stock? What is a PE ratio? What is their next earnings date? Small things like this matters a lot. Now, y'all might say that, okay, 23% maybe isn't a lot compared to other people, or 23%, compared to like Palantir a few months back, a few investors, not that much. Here's my thing. I specifically look to beat 10% on all my swing trades, and I was double that, right? I had 278, I made $68. If I put in about $1,000 and it was up 20%, right? I'm making 200, 150, 180 free. Okay, so always realize what you want from the stock. Other people are going to have returns. I've seen people up 500%. I want you to look at Robinhood, okay? Let's forget about AMD real quick and look at Robinhood. Robinhood is up 500% on the year, okay? 512%. You don't see stuff like that very often. If you would have invested literally last year $19, you would have more than doubled your money by now. And I still look at Robinhood as one of the better stocks to invest in or swing trade in. I'm going to open up a position in Robinhood sooner or later of $500, $400, and I'm going to hold this, but I want to catch it under $100, or I want to swing trade this under $100 or $105. But always realize what you want. I only want more than 10%, guys, and that discipline That discipline with only $200 is going to carry on when I'm trading with 2,000, 1,000, 1,500, right? Because this right here, guys, I'm just learning and I'm playing around with my money, okay? And if we go back even 2 years back, but I was playing around with NVIDIA. Look at how many times I've traded NVIDIA, okay? Let's go all the way down to 2023, okay? CashApp 2023. I started with just $15. And while you're doing this, you're trying to find consistent cash, right? Either you work, either you have a business, side income, you're hustling, but you're learning a skill. And I want y'all to see something. As I'm learning, the money gets more, it gets more, it gets more. And finally, right, you see that 147, and then slowly I grew it and I sold my stocks around 421 from NVIDIA, and I'm looking for a re-entry sooner or later, right? Now, growth mindset is very important. Reinvest profits into new opportunities. Do not take profit and blow it away. That is the stupidest thing you can do. If you've made, let's say, $200 profit, okay, realistically, this is what I do. If I made $200 profit, let's say I've made that from a stock, and if I made that in a full year, whatever the case might be, instantly you want to reward yourself. Cool, I understand. Take out at least $25 for tax, right? I'm just showing you guys this with a very small amount of money. Let's say I took $25 off for taxes, and then I want to use about $50, okay? There's $75 right there. I'm left over with $125, okay? Take 25, make a safe investment with that, okay? We make a safe investment with 25. This could be an ETF. Let's say I made $200 profit from NVIDIA, okay? And I take 25 for taxes. I take 50 for myself, okay? And I'm gonna take 25 for a safe investment. Then I'm gonna take 100 to invest right back into the markets and look for a different opportunity, or look for the same stock for a lower price. That is how you master the game. Once you realize that if you make money, don't just take it out, oh my God, and blow it all away. You don't do that, right? And I caught myself doing this in the early stages of investing and making money, and I was feeling like, oh my God, I just made $10. I just made $5, $6, whatever. I'm gonna take my whole investment and go spend this money on shoes and clothes. But if you realize you turn the asset into literally a liability, or you turned it into worth $0 after you spend your money on clothes or shoes or whatever. Always have a safe investment you make with your profits, or find a way you maneuver and find a way you pivot after you make that nice profit. All right, thank you guys for watching. Like and subscribe. I hope this showed you guys a lot about my insights on Cash App, of how beginners investors should be thinking, how I made profit, but I'm still holding on to some of that cash to re-enter in AMD sooner or later. All right, we got 9 days, guys. I'm so excited. I'm gonna create a Robinhood sooner or later. I've slowly increased the amount of money that I put into the markets, and I'm saving and I'm learning, but we're gonna get that 10K mark soon. 10K invested, then we're gonna get 20K. It's a matter of time, okay? Next time around, it's 2026 August. I can almost guarantee I'll have more than 5,000 just sitting right in my investments for long term, or I'll have 2,000, 1,000 just doing the work for me, right? For right now, it's only 200 or it's 300, but the part of this channel is why I made it, to show you guys you can grow your investments from literally $15. All right, thank you guys for watching. Like, subscribe. Mr. Buy the Dip is out.